Welcome back. It's a Monday in July, and as you'll know if you watched my previous video or just heard me going on about it, I'm off on a 5-day trip on my little bike here, traveling to France. Today I'm just going as far as Dover, camping down there, about 180 miles away. I've got the whole day to do it. It's about 17 degrees and drizzly this morning in Solihull, so hopefully we'll find some nicer weather south. I spent the last day or two on and off checking bits and pieces, packing the kits, getting the bike ready and looking at the maps, making plans. I'm excited to finally be off. I've been thinking about this trip for a while. We've got the bike all packed up like last time. Just added a backpack on top there so I can take my stuff off the bike that I don't want to leave behind. Right, let's hit the road and get started. I tell you what, it feels great to get started. You plan something like this and you start to think about all the challenges you might face, start to get a little bit nervous, and then once you're underway you just take things as they come. So I'm excited, but also thinking about a couple of challenges. One of them I'm concerned about is the heat in Paris. It gets up to an average of 26, but maybe even hotter at this time of year, so I spent a while thinking about what kind of gear to take. I went out and bought myself the Nox Shield trousers that I'm sure I'll talk about later. Perhaps not ideal to try out a brand new piece of kit on a new trip, but I think it's going to make me feel a lot cooler. Seems like a dumb decision now in the UK at 17 degrees. And riding in a foreign country is a challenge, on the other side of the road and road signs you don't know. And also what happens if your bike breaks down. I've got my insurance and it's a pretty reliable bike, but you never know. Anyway, you think about all that stuff for a few days and then you make all the sensible precautions that you can and then you just go. Like I said, about 180 miles today, and the sat-nav is saying 5.5 hours to go, but it'll be longer than that because I'm not going at the full speed and I'll take plenty of breaks. The first bit's really familiar. I'm heading through Leamington, maybe through Milton Keynes and Bletchley, all places I know. The bike feels heavier than usual, of course, a little heavier than last time, but it doesn't feel underpowered. It's definitely up to it. We are coming into Warwick, which is where I learned to ride actually. If you are in the market for a riding school around here, I can't recommend Cam Rider highly enough. They were excellent. Judged my needs very accurately, took us out on practice rides, picking up all the little bad habits we'd got over a year of CBT. Hand off that front brake at low speeds. And took us right the way to the test centre with every little tip along the way. You can just book your test and learn yourself and just go, but with an instructor you get every little bit of feedback and helpful information you can, you know, even right down to, as we're riding into the car park, Mike on the intercom is saying, oh, I see that guy's car's there today, so I guess your examiner is going to be this bloke. And so not that it made any difference, I still qualified regardless. I don't know, I think you can learn to ride all on your own and take the test, and if you have to take it a couple of times it's still going to be cheaper than the lessons, but you will be a better rider and a safer rider for having proper lessons. Oh dude. Yeah, hi. Because it's 9 o'clock in the morning and the moment had already passed, there was no need to use the horn. So I've ridden as far as Banbury, time for a break. It got a little bit cold, so the jacket's on. Where should we go? Let's go here. Boy, I needed that. Here we go. I find it so cool that I've got 5 days worth of camping stuff here ready to go. Hey, I know where we are. Coming into Buckingham again. I see you. We've gone about another hour and a quarter, hour and a half. Just been through the town of Aylesbury, and now I'm going to look for a place to have a little break. This route's going to take me through Greater London, really. Lots to see. Alright, now we're really cooking. 3.5 hours to go, and we are coming up to Hemel Hempstead. We're about 94 miles in, so I reckon I must be halfway. And I'm about to cross the junction with the M25, so I'll be inside the M25. It stayed kind of grey and on and off, changeable. Every now and then we go under a big grey cloud and it gets a bit colder and a little drizzle. So I kept the waterproof on because it's just warmer. I haven't stopped, like I said it would, and 2 hours is about the limit for this saddle, I tell you. So I've got to find somewhere to have a break. But I'm still thrilled to be out here and underway. Like I said before, at the beginning of a trip, you've got a lot on your mind, and then after a couple of hours or so, you just ease into it and start eating up the miles. I was wondering what that big building is on the way in. I should have known it's an Asda. Right, where are we parking?
Nice. Where are you going off to today?
Paris.
Are you?
I'll get there tomorrow, but yeah.
Yeah. Are you meeting your mates here, or are you going on your own?
No, just tomorrow.
God, you're brave.
Ferry tomorrow.
I don't think I'd go on my own.
Man, that place is massive. Just stopped off for a quick break in Asda, Watford, which is so big it's got other shops in there. So I'm about to go through, I thought, Greater London, but I'm going pretty much in the middle. I've driven, obviously, but I've never ridden a bike through London. I'm going right under the London Eye. What's that called? Blackwall Tunnel. Right, where the heck do we go? I don't know. Let's do this and see what happens. Oh, that's nice with the jackets. Feeling a bit warmer now. That's why it's not just a supermarket, it's a hypermarket. Wow. As we get going, we roll over 100 miles Just over 3 hours to go, 98 miles to go. There you go, we're halfway. I have just entered the ultra low emission zone. I don't know what that means, but I will look it up. Do you need to pay on this bike for the ULEZ? I think this place is called Totteridge, and my goodness, this must be some of the most expensive real estate in the country. There's some big houses back there. I've noticed in London, it's not just old dudes and delivery drivers that ride motorbikes. There are ordinary looking people doing it for a sensible form of transport, because it makes sense here more than the provinces where we live, where we've all got driveways. I love that. I think a motorbike is a great form of transport for a lot of people. You don't have to be a maniac or a Hell's Angel or a delivery driver to want to ride one. Right, if you've seen an underground station, you're officially in London, Totteridge and Whetstone. What the hell did we used to do before we had sat-nav? You know, you just want to ride to some random place in the country and just assume that it will be able to take you there. We used to look it up on MapQuest, didn't we, in print maps? Do you remember MapQuest? Don't say no, you're too young. Well, this is fun. I wasn't expecting this. I've wondered about riding the bike through London since I started, and now I've got my chance. Just about to turn onto the North Circular. Tunnel's always particularly exciting on a motorbike. London Borough of Redbridge. They have a reservoir. It's called the Eagle Pond. This looks charming. No motorcycles under 50 cc's. We're okay. The Eastway Tunnel. Wow. This is a place called Bow. Isn't there supposed to be a bell? I'm sure I don't know. Well, this is fun. I mean, scary fun. Oh, here it is. Opened by Mr. Desmond Plummer, leader of the Greater London Council, 2nd of August 1967. So, if you didn't know, we are riding underneath the Thames. And just before we come out on the other side, we'll be driving underneath the Millennium Dome, which has been called the O2 Arena for as long as anyone can remember. In my rear view mirror I can see the dome. I wonder if you can. I can't turn around and see it, but don't think I've ever seen it before in real life. Wow, it is quite big. How can I have never seen it before? Alright, they are building stuff. All these experiences are new and exciting, partly because it's a motorbike. It feels like you shouldn't be allowed outside your car, outside your metal box when you navigate these different kinds of routes. Yeah, that was about a 1 hour 20 stint through London. The Blackwall Tunnel was fun-ish, and I've stopped for a quick local delicacy, bite to eat for lunch. And now just about 1 hour 40 minutes more to get to the campsite. Temperature's warmed up all right. Sitting in the sun there with the gear on started to feel a little bit hot, but riding along you're fine with the airflow. Following signs to Dover. Here we go. I feel like we could have made more of the UK part of the trip, but I wouldn't mind getting to the campsite and getting set up. Have a bit of time to read my book and relax. I also want to have a look at the maps for France and do a couple of things to get ready. It's petrol time. Let's fill her up. Right, let's just find a spot to sit for a minute. There we go. Right, time for a rest. Right, that last segment was only 45 minutes. The wind just got so strong and annoying and it grew really tiring, so I've stopped at yet another Asda for a bit of a break. Feels like that's all I'm telling you on this journey. So it's 1 hour and 15 minutes to the campsite, apparently. Well, that was a bit of a slog. Towards the end, the wind just became very annoying. A bit of drizzle starting now and the temperature's dropped. So I must say I'm looking forward to getting the tent sorted out and getting warm with a nice hot chocolate. Looking for Cox Hill Campsite now, which should be, is this it? Yes. Cox Hill Camping. Here we go. I reckon we want a bit of shelter. But we do like a flat piece of land. This one. Yeah, that'll do just fine. Okay, I've arrived. I'm going to go ahead, set up the tent, and then I'll show you around after. Right, tent's all set up in about 10 minutes, and here's the spot. Very careful this time to lean the bike on something solid. I might go and find something even more solid, but just checking it is not going to fall over. And I've got all my stuff inside the tent. Just need to put the bed up and sort everything out. Right, let's go have a look. Text the owners and let them know we're here. Shower's free. Here is the shower. Looks very nice. Loose free. Yes. Wow, that looks nice. Very clean. We've got washing up sinks and brushing your teeth. There's a map of the village. And stuff for fire pits. I've had a quick shower because in the morning it's going to be a bit of a rush. You don't worry about hair when you're camping or motorbiking, and this is both, so sorry. In the end, I think I've done about 200 miles today and about 7 hours of riding because I took my time. Tomorrow the ferry sets sail at 8:25, so I need to be there by 7:25, and it's probably going to be raining in the morning. So it's going to be pack everything up inside, put all the waterproofs on, and then pack up the tent last and throw it on the bike and get out. I will rustle up some dinner for tonight, have a little read of my book and turn in. Thank you for watching this first part. I hope you join me when we set sail on the ferry tomorrow.